what makes you fundamentally different from your opponents in terms of leadership and priorities?
Absolutely. So I'm running, even though I've been involved in the political ecosystem, more from a policy point of view. You heard a little, you mentioned earlier about focusing on trade policy, exports for small businesses, as well as foreign policy. But I'm a social scientist by training, as well as an entrepreneur. I really do study how do disruptions in business, trade, technology, and education impact all of us, our families, our communities, our nation, and our world. And I decided to run because I was really frustrated with what I consider the lack of common sense solutions. The problems that we have are big, but they're not insurmountable, but they really require workhorses, not show horses. And quite frankly, I feel that way too many people in politics these days are all about show horses. They're really peddling outrage, right? Outrage is great if you just want a bunch of clicks on social media, and I'm sure that being in the business of media, that's an important metric. But in Congress, the real important metric should be what have you delivered? What can you deliver? And I call it incremental base hits. You don't necessarily need to be able to transform everything all on day one, especially in Congress. It's just a 2-year role. But I'm really ready to hit the ground running, and I'm uniquely positioned to be able to do that because of the range of experiences. I'm the only one in my race who can bring all of these. And I'm the only one who's willing to say, how do we do things differently?
Mhm.
How do we challenge the status quo? And why is that important? It might surprise you, and maybe not. 40% of Congress are lawyers. I have a lot of great friends who are lawyers, love them dearly, but that's a little over indexing. And why does that matter? Because it's a mindset. Lawyers by mindset are really about containing, making sure that there's no leaky holes, making sure that it's a very finite. As a private sector person, as a small business owner, and we were honored to be recognized by Fast Company as one of the most innovative, small and mighty. And I wear that badge with a lot of honor. Uh, it's an innovation mindset. And what does that mean? It means you have a problem. The answer isn't, can you solve it? The answer is, how do we solve it? And that's the mindset we lack in Congress. None of my opponents bring that to the table. And quite frankly, most candidates in most races don't. And that's the uniqueness that I can deliver.